Hi, welcome once again to our YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate you. Today we quickly want to look at the Neco 2025 Agric Science Practical Specimen. We want to discuss the specimen. We want to look at the specimens that Neco has chosen to list out as their own specimen for this year's examination. So we'll quickly look at all of the specimens, we'll write them out, and we'll talk about characteristics, properties, uses of all of these specimens as they come to mind. So starting, we list out all the specimens. So we're starting with specimen A. Specimen A, and that happens to be Burdizzo. Burdizzo is our specimen A, and then our specimen B, we have it to be fire. And our specimen C, what we have there is the manure drag. And our specimen D, we have it to be granite. Our specimen E, what we have there is calcium carbonate. And our specimen F, we have it to be sieve. Our specimen G is Kola. Our specimen H happens to be sweet potato. Our specimen I is stick. Our specimen J is Louse. And our specimen L, our specimen K, and our specimen K is meat. Fresh meat. So these are the list of specimens that we'll be using for this year's examination. Specimen A is Burdizzo, specimen B is fire, specimen C is manure drag, specimen D is granite, specimen E is calcium carbonate, specimen F is sieve, specimen G is Kola, specimen H is sweet potato, specimen I is stick, specimen J is louse, and specimen K is meat. So those are the list of specimens. So without wasting much of our time, we'll go straight into talking about them. So we're starting with first specimen, specimen A. Specimen A, which happens to be the Burdizzo. What is a Burdizzo and what is it used for? A Burdizzo is actually a brand name of a product. Is a brand name of a product. Okay, let me put that here. This is a brand name of a company who specializes in the production of an instrument called the emasculator. That is what that particular instrument is the emasculator. Called the emasculator. Alright, so this particular instrument, what is it? What is this instrument? What is it called? What is it used for? When we talk about the emasculator employs or makes use of a large clamp The emasculator, or as it is called, the Burdizzo, makes use of a large clamp which is placed strategically by an operator on the male reproductive organ of some animals. And this is done to actually let me say cut or crush their sperm ducts that leads to the testicles. This is done to crush or sever the sperm ducts that leads into the testicle. So majorly what we are saying in essence is that this particular instrument, the emasculator or the Burdizzo, is a castrating device. It is a castrating device used to castrate animals. Castrate male animals. Yes, that is what it is. This device is this is done to prevent blood flow to the testicle. So this process of crushing the sperm duct is done. The process is carried out to prevent blood flow to the testicles, and this in turn results in the testicular, it results in a particular problem of the testes called testicular necrosis. Testicular necrosis, and eventually this will lead to the shrinking which leads to the shrinking, softening and incapacitation of the testes. And incapacitation of the testes or the testicles to perform their function of sperm cell production. Now, description of this particular instrument, like I said earlier on, it has a metal clamp which is extended by a metal handle which is sometimes coated with rubber. Yes, that is how it is being described. It has a metal clamp extended by a handle which is sometimes coated. So that is what the Burdizzo is. So this is a picture of what the Burdizzo look like. This is what the Burdizzo looks like. You can see it. So this part here is the metal clamp that is put on the testes of the animal to actually sever the sperm duct. So this part here is the handle that is being clipped or pressed. When pressure is exerted on this part here, the pressure is felt on this part here that eventually severes the sperm duct or cuts the sperm duct. So this is another one. You can see this is another one. So this is how it is being used. You can see the operator is actually using the hand to strategically place the emasculator on the parts. Initially, it is first of all he's using his hand to try to locate the sperm duct in the scrotal sac there. So after the operator must have located the sperm duct, then he will put the tip of the Burdizzo on the sperm duct, directly on the sperm duct, and then he will press the handle. You can see this is what is done here. So the handle will be pressed to actually cut the sperm duct, and when that is done, the sperm duct will not be able to pass blood to the testes, and if that is done, the testis experiences testicular necrosis and will not be able to perform its function. So that is about that. Specimen B, file. So what is a file and what is it used for? A file is a grinding instrument, popularly called farmer's file. Popularly called farmer's file. And then what is it used for? It is usually a double-sided tool. It is usually a double-sided tool used for keeping other garden tools clean. Used for keeping other garden tools clean. Yes, it does that. Also rust free, and ultimately for sharpening metals. And ultimately for sharpening metal blades. So that particular instrument helps to make the edge of instruments sharp. Instruments like cutlasses, like hoes, it can be used on these instruments to make them sharp. It works on almost all metal surfaces. The file can be used on almost all metal surfaces, including stainless steel, wood, and even plastic. Wood and plastic. So we can actually use this particular file, this particular specimen, on any of these things, and it can actually be used to make them sharp, even to clean them. On one side, it has double cuts for faster cutting. Remember I said it is a double-sided tool. So on one side of the tool, that's the file, on one side of the tool, it has double cuts. It has double cuts, which enhances faster. And on the other side, it has single cut for finer edge. On the other side, it has single cuts for finer edge. So that is what this instrument is. So let us look at what we are talking about. This is an example of the file. We can see what the file looks like. Some of us might have come across it. So it is used in sharpening instruments. You can see. So this is another one here. So there are different types. You can see them. So all of these are examples of the file. We have our specimen C. Specimen C, which happens to be the manure drag. Manure drag. So what is the manure drag? How does it look? How is it described? So the manure drag is traditionally a tool that is designed for raking up manure. This is a traditional tool designed for raking manure, but its use has not been secluded to this alone. It is also used for drainage drags. It is also used for the following purposes. Also used for dragging drainage. So it can be used in clearing drainages and drains. It is also used for clearing ditches. Yes, canals, rivers and ponds. So this particular instrument is used. It is this extensively used. So it is not just secluded to the use of dragging or raking manure alone. Now it has 4 metal prongs which are curved to they curve to attach to a solid metal socket. Describing it now. Description of the instrument. I said it has 4 prongs. Usually has 4 prongs. It usually has 4 prongs, and these 4 prongs, they are used this way. Okay, the prongs curve to attach. The prongs curve to attach to a solid, to a solid metal socket, a socket head. I will show that to us very shortly. And it is extended by a long stick at the shaft, and extended by a long stick at the shaft. That is what this particular instrument is. This instrument differs from the hay fork. There's another instrument that looks similar to this, but it differs from the hay fork in that the hay fork has fewer prongs. This instrument differs from the hay fork which looks similar to it, but has 2 to 3 prongs, but has 2 to 3 prongs. as opposing to the manure drag that has 4-5 prongs. So how do we care for this instrument? Care that is given to this instrument, we should ensure to remove debris. Remember that it's used in cleaning and raking, so we should try as much as possible to ensure to remove debris from metal blades, from metal parts, and then we should also try to oil before storage. There for this instrument. So this is what the manure drag looks like. You can see it. So we can see how it looks. So look at it here now. It has 4 prongs. 1, 2, 3. These things here, they are the things that we refer to as prongs. And they are curved and connected at this junction here called the socket. So you can see all of the prongs, the 4 prongs curved and connected at this socket here. And this place is called the shaft. And then you can see it extended with a rod. It could be a metal rod, or in this case here it is wooden in nature. So that is it. So this is what the handle, the thing looks like. You can see it properly now. You can see the part here. All of these are what we refer to as the prongs. So you can see them curved at this junction here, and then curved again here to come and fit all together at this socket here, extended at this shaft here where the wood is being joined in for the handle. So that is what that instrument looks like. You can see it. This is the metal alone, the drag itself. That is what it looks like. So I was trying to differentiate between the manure drag and the hay fork. You can see these ones are hay forks. Even if this one has 4 prongs, but you can see that they are not curved like this. This curve that is here like this, that makes this one look like this here. These ones here are not like that. These ones are straight. So that is the major difference that you have between the manure drag and the hay fork. And D, specimen D, and that is granite. Specimen D is granite. So what do we have to say about granite? Granite consists mainly of feldspar, which is having potassium and sodium in it. Granite consists mainly of feldspar, rich in potassium and sodium. Feldspar is rich in potassium and sodium, and then also it has quartz, mica, and amphibole minerals. So this is just a light description of what the granite is. It is a light colored plutonic rock found throughout the continental coast. It is a light colored plutonic rock. Yes, it is a plutonic rock, and it is found throughout the coastal continental coasts. Yes, and most commonly in mountainous regions. and most commonly mountainous regions. These are places that you usually find this particular specimen. They are usually characterized by quartz texture. Granite is usually characterized by quartz texture. Usually characterized by quartz texture as a result of cooling. That is how this particular rock is formed, as a result of cooling slowly. As a result of cooling slowly below the surface. As a result of cooling slowly below the surface. Fine granite can be used for beautification. Yes, this is one of the major uses of granite. Fine granite can be used for beautification. It is used in making slabs and the rest of those. For beautification, construction, even as filtration material. Even as filtration material in water purification. So these are the things that we need to look at talking about granite. So this is what granite looks like. This is what granite looks like. You can see. So it is a stone, a rock that is formed composing feldspar, potassium, sodium, quartz, mica, even amphibole materials. So that is it. You can see. So these are the things that I was talking about. You can see the granite. It has quartz. It has potassium feldspar. It has the sodium feldspar as well. The brownite, the amphibole materials, minerals. All of these are connected into what the granite is. You can see. So this is how the granite looks. So that is what the granite is. Specimen E, and our specimen E is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. That is what our specimen E is. So if you look at its symbol, it is oftentimes written this way, CaCO3. That is how we write it, looking at the symbol. Now, okay, let me start this way. Limestone, which is CaCO3, is a mineral calcite on anaragonite. It's an aragonite, a carbonate sedimentary rock. It is a carbonate sedimentary rock, and it has many sources, but its main source is from lime. With its main source to be lime. That's the main source of this particular substance. So it forms when these minerals precipitate out. it forms, the calcium carbonate forms when the minerals precipitates out. That is when they form particles, precipitates out of water. It precipitates out of water that contains dissolved calcium. Containing dissolved calcium. So what are the major uses of this particular material? Uses of the calcium carbonate. Number one, in steel manufacturing, mining, it is used in steel manufacturing. It is used in steel manufacturing, also in mining, paper production, water treatment, and purification. In water treatment and purification, even in the production of plastic. Yes, these are major uses of it. It is also used in the manufacture of glass in agriculture. It is also used in the manufacture of glass and in agriculture. These are so many uses of this particular substance. Now, it is a dietary supplement. When we look at the substance itself, looking at the materials that it contains, it can be used as a dietary supplement to increase level of calcium in the body of animals. It can be used, the synthesized form of it can be used as a dietary supplement to increase the level of calcium, to increase calcium in the body. In the body of animals. Yes, for healthy bones. It is also used for healthy bones, muscles, nervous system, and heart. Nervous system and heart. All of these are things where this particular material is being used. It is also used as antacid to relieve heartburn, acid ingestion, and stomach upset. Also used as antacid to relieve heartburn, stomach upset, etc. So these are things that need to look at or know about the calcium carbonate. So this is what the calcium carbonate looks like. You can see this is the salt of it. You can see this is how it looks. This is the granular form of the calcium carbonate, but we can have it in the solid form. You can see it here in the solid form as the crystal. You can see this is the crystal, and we have it here in the powdery form as well. So that is calcium carbonate. Specimen F, which is the sieve. Specimen F, which is the sieve. We already know this instrument, so we'll just be fast with talking about it. It is a tool consisting of a wire or plastic mesh. A sieve is a tool and it is made of wire or plastic mesh. Wire or plastic mesh. This is a net-like material. Wire or plastic mesh held in a frame, held together in a frame. This particular instrument is used for straining solids. For straining solids from liquids. You can use it to separate solids from liquids. It can also be used to separate solids of different sizes. It can also be used to separate solids of different sizes. And this is carried out based on the size of the mesh. Also, it can be used for reducing soft solids to a paste. It can also be used to reduce soft solids to pastes or gel. These are things that this particular instrument can be used for. It is also used in fishing, in farming of fish. It is also used in fish farming, particularly when sorting is being carried out. It is also used by fish farmers when sorting of fish is carried out. So that is what this particular instrument is, and this is how it looks. You can see this one here is made of a metal, and it has the sieve. It is made of the metal, which is the stainless here, and then it has this part here, which is called the net-like material, what I refer to as a mesh. So that is what the sieve looks like. This is a metal, and this one here is a plastic. You can see. So all of this part here inside, they are the mesh. This part here inside is the mesh, and then it is surrounded by this frame here and extended with a handle. So that is what the sieve looks like. You can see it also here. This is another example of what the sieve looks like. Specimen G, and that is the Kola nut. Specimen G, the Kola nut. So what do we have to say about the Kola nut? Quickly, let us look at its classification, its botanic classification. So it belongs to the kingdom Plantae. The phylum, it is a trachyphyte, so it belongs to the Trachyphyta. The class Angiosperma. Order is Malvavis. Malvalis. The family there, it is Malvaceae. The genus, we refer to it as Kola. And the species is, we have different species, so I'll just use two here. I'll use two species here. We have over 150 species of this particular specimen, of this particular agricultural product. But I will make use of two species here. Let me use Nitida, and then the second one is Acuminata. Nitida and Acuminata. So if you are to write the scientific name now, this is how it will look. Kola Nitida or Kola Acuminata. So that is how the scientific name of this particular substances will be written. So these are two different species of the same genre of, or the same genus of organism, of plants. So let us look further. This species, the species in the genus are Kola for the caffeine. They have caffeine that contains fruit. The fruit contains caffeine. The species of organism in this particular genus are Kola. They are Kola for the caffeine containing fruit that they produce. Caffeine containing, the tree produces fruit, and so it's the fruit that we're actually looking at. So the caffeine containing fruit that is produced yes. Now this is not actually used as flavoring. It is a flavoring ingredient in some beverages. This is used, the Kola is used as a flavoring ingredient in production of beverages. Previously, it is thought to be related to cocoa. It was previously thought to be related to cocoa. Yes, and this is because of the caffeine that it has in it. The tree has evergreen leaves. The tree has evergreen leaves, and it spans up to about 30 centimeters long. It reaches about, which reaches a height of about 20 meters, inches or feet. So yes, and if you look at the leaves now, If you look at the leaves, the leaf of the plant now, they are glossy and ovoid in shape. The leaves of the tree are glossy and ovoid in shape, with about 30 centimeters in width. It has star-shaped fruits. It has star-shaped fruits, which is harvested from pods. Harvested from pods, particularly when the pods are being dried up. Kola nut is eaten to relieve fatigue. Okay, let me put this here. When they are dried. Kola nut is eaten to relieve fatigue, depression, exhaustion, migraine, which is an headache, etc. These are reasons why people consume this particular substance. So this is what kola nut looks like. You can see it. They have different sizes, star-shaped fruits. When you try to break them into parts, you see them that they have star shape. So this is how it looks when it is still on the tree. It is found in small pods. You can see that there. You can see. So that is how this particular tree looks like, and that is how the fruit also looks. This is the fruit here. Specimen H, and that is the sweet potato. The sweet potato. So let us look at its classification. Looking at the classification of the sweet potato now, we have it to be the kingdom Plantae, the phylum there is Trachyphyta, the class is Angiosperma, we have the order to be the Solaners, we have the family to be the Convolvulaceae. Convolvulaceae. We have the genus to be Hypomoea. And then the species happens to be the Batatas. Batatas. So scientifically it will be written as Hypomoea batatas. That is what it will be written as, the Hypomoea batatas. So what is this that we need to look at about the Hypomoea batatas? It is a good source of fiber which helps to reduce cholesterol. This particular crop is edible. It is an edible The sweet potato is an edible perennial starchy vegetable tuber. Starchy vegetable tuber. Yes, it is a starchy vegetable tuber which has majorly two types. Which comes in varieties of white and red. Those are the two varieties in which it comes. It is a good source of fiber. It is a good source of fiber. Yes, it is a very good source of fiber which helps to reduce cholesterol. Which helps to reduce cholesterol. It helps to reduce cholesterol levels. It is rich in proteins, carbohydrates. It is rich in proteins, carbohydrates, minerals, and vitamins. It is rich in carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. This particular crop is reproduced sexually. It is reproduced sexually by using flowers. By using flowers that bear fruits. By using flowers that bear fruits, or asexually. It can also be reproduced asexually using the eyes of the potato. Using the eye nodes of the potato. So perhaps you are asked to differentiate between the sweet potato and the Irish potato. One major, should I call it, nutritional difference between the Irish potato and the sweet potato. Okay, for the Irish potato, the scientific name of Irish potato is the Solanum tuberosum. That is its own scientific name. Let me put that here. Irish potato is called the Solanum. They are still in the same order. Solanum tuberosum. That is its own scientific name. So if you are told to differentiate between these two nutritionally, this is what you will be having. We have the nutritional difference with that sweet potato. Okay, let me put that here. Nutritional differences. Sweet potato is higher in vitamin A. Is higher in vitamin A. Yes, it is slightly higher. It has slightly higher levels of fiber, like I made mention of it earlier on. it has slightly higher levels of fiber than the Irish potato. Yes. Also, we have vitamin C. It has higher amount of vitamin C, manganese, copper, and pantothenic acid. These are reasons why people might want to eat more of the sweet potato than the Irish potato. So this is what the potato looks like. This is what the sweet potato looks like. You can see it. So this is a farm of sweet potato. So this is how the crop looks like. You can see it. So that is what the sweet potato looks like. The next specimen, which is specimen I. Specimen I, and our specimen I is thick. Thick is our specimen. So let us quickly look at what thick is. So let us start by talking about its botanical classification. So botanically, thick, or zoologically rather, thick, we have it to be kingdom Animalia. The phylum there, we have it to be Arthropoda. The class, it is Arachnida. The order, it is Inodida. The family, it is Ixodidae. The genus, we have it to be Inodes. And the species, it is called the Scapularis. So scientifically written, it will be Ixodes scapularis. That is what it will be written as, the Ixodes scapularis. So what do we have to say about it? This is it is an ectoparasite. It is a parasite that affects organisms. Tick is an ectoparasite found on the body of many animals with hairy furs on them. This animal, this tick here, it lies in the body of animals or on the body of animals, and it finds it to itself attached to their body using its should I call it tentacles. So it attaches firmly to the body of the skin. So it is found on the skin of animals in between the furs or the hairs of the animal. Now, this particular, like I said, it is an ectoparasite, so it is found outside the body of the animal. So I said earlier on that it is an Arachnida. It belongs to the class Arachnida. That is why I will say that it has 4 pairs of walking legs. 4 pairs of walking legs, that is 8 in total. 8 in total. Yes. Now, this animal has 2 segmented bodies. it has two segmented bodies, and that is the head and the abdomen. Those are the segmented bodies of this particular animal. It is, like I said, it is found on many animals, like dogs, horses, cattle, etc. Can be found on any of these animals, and the major thing they do to this animal is that they suck the blood of this animal. Of the animals. So the type of relationship that you might want to say exists between the tick and the animals that they live on is a parasitic relationship. Relationship with other animals is parasitic in nature. Is parasitic in nature. So that is just what you need to know about this particular organism here. They are disease, they lay their own eggs also. They lay their eggs on the skin of the animals. They are also wingless animals. So this is what the tick looks like. You can see this is what it looks like. So you can see the head and then the abdomen. So I said earlier on, it has two segmented bodies, the head and the abdomen, and then you can see the pair of working legs that it has. This is one, then two, this one here makes the third, and then this last one here the fourth. So they have 4 pairs of working legs, 8 in total. So this is what the tick looks like. You can see. So they just keep biting and chewing and sucking the blood of the animal on which they are found. So this is the label diagram of the animal. You can see it. So that is what the tick looks like. Specimen J, and that happens to be Louse. Specimen J, Louse. So what do we have to say about our specimen J? Looking at this, we say, let's classify first. It belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Phylum Arthropoda. Class Insecta. Order Socodidae. Family, it is the Pediculidae. Family, Pediculidae. Genus, we refer to it as the Pediculus. And then the species, we have different examples. Species, we have, let me just list a few examples. We have the one that is referred to, we have different types of louse. If I were to look at the examples, okay, I will just make mention of them here. The one that is found on the body, we call it body louse. That one is called the Humanus humanus. If it is the one that is found particularly on the head, that one is called, we call that one the Humanus capitis. humanus capitis, and if it is the one that is found in the genitals, the one that causes crabs, that one is called the Petrus pubis. So these are different examples of the louse. Now let's talk about them extensively now. The plural form of this particular thing is lice. Plural, lice. Now they are very, very deadly animals. They are obligate ectoparasites of humans. These ones that I made mention of, we have other ones that affect other animals, but these ones I made mention of, they are deadly. Okay, they are obligate ectoparasites of humans. They are wingless. They are wingless insects. They do not have wings, and they spend their lives on the body of an animal. And spend their lives on their host. So whatever organism they get attached to, they continue to live and dwell on that host. They lay so many eggs on the hairs and clothing. They lay numerous eggs on the hair and clothing of their hosts. Since they are wingless, they cannot fly, and so they move or spread by direct contact with another person. They are wingless. And cannot fly, so they move or spread by contact. They move or spread by direct contact with another person. That is how this particular organism, they move and spread themselves about. Or you can find them on bed sheets that are infected. Yes, these are ways through which you can actually see these organisms. They are disease vectors. Lice are disease vectors that cause epidemic. They cause epidemic, typhus, fever, and so many other diseases. They can be treated with proper sanitation. They can be treated with proper sanitation. They can be treated with proper sanitation. The relationship it has with other organisms also is parasitic in nature. Parasitic relationship. So this is the thing, or these are the things that we want to look at as we talk about the louse or lice in the plural form. So this is what the diagram of louse look like. You can see them. You can see. So I said earlier on that we have the head louse. This is how it looks. You can see this is the head louse here. We have the body louse and then the crab louse. You can see them and their names. The head louse, the body louse, and the crab louse. This one is found in the genitals, in this the private regions of the body. This one here is found on the head, and this one is found in the body, and they all do the same thing, sucking the blood of their host. So that is what they do. And see, this is their life cycle here. This is how their life cycle is, from the egg to the larva, the second stage of the larva, and then it comes back to the adult stage. And you can see this is a labeled diagram of that particular animal. You can see all of this part here, divided by this line in the middle here, all these parts here, they are the dorsal view of that animal, that is looking at the animal from top, while this place is the ventral, while we look at it from beneath, from underneath. So these are the things that we need to see about that particular specimen. Specimen K, and that is meat. Fresh meat. So what do we have to say about this? Meat is valued as a complete protein food. Meat is valued as a complete protein food. Is valued as a complete protein food that contains all the amino acids necessary for body growth. That contains all the amino acids necessary for body growth and development. For body growth and development. Now, meat is animal tissue. Meat is animal tissue. Often the muscle, and it is eaten as food, which is eaten as food. Yes, it is often eaten as food. Humans have hunted and farmed other animals for meat. Humans have hunted and farmed other animals for meat. Yes, so we have different types of meat from different animals. The meat from cattle, is called beef. We call it beef or veal. The meat from pigs We call that one pork. We call it pork, or it will also be called bacon. Pork or bacon. The meat from sheep, we call that particular one mutton. And also the meat from deer, we call that particular one venison. These are different meats from different animals. So that is just basically what we want to see about the animals. It is very, very proteinous. So we can see what the meat looks like. You can see that is what the meat looks like. It's another picture of what the meat is. So that is just what the meat is. So this is as far as we can come with the practical tutorial video that is produced for Neco 2025 Agricultural Science Practical. I'm trusting us to try as much as possible to go through this video once again, to get familiarized with everything that has been said and to memorize them, try to get everything put down so that when you come across them in the examination, you will be able to do justice to the questions. I wish you success in your examination. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do so. Subscribe to our channel and click on the notification button to help you get notified when we upload new content. Like our content and share them with your friends. Let them also benefit from what you're getting. Thank you very much, and it's a wrap for now.